It's Take Control Tuesday. That means that I have Mansa Musa from moneysmartlife.org on the phone. And Mansa, you had me giggling a little bit because there are a lot of people who work for GM that have a big old profit check coming. And if you're single, you might want to find that out.
Well, here's the thing about a profit sharing check, and I think all the automotive companies will be getting them.
Yeah.
But basically what it is a windfall, right? It was money that you weren't planning on or expecting that just kind of showed up. The other thing to remember is that 30% of whatever you get is going to go away as taxes. So,
yeah,
GM is said to be getting about $12,000. Well, you're really only going to see about $9,000 is what it happens, right? So let's talk about that. What do you do with the money? Well, the way to save money is to have a plan to spend it. Let me say that first. The way to save money is to have a plan to spend it.
Okay.
So the first thing you can do with your profit sharing check is save it, right? Build an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a liquidity buffer that stands between you and ruin.
Yeah.
Now think about it. How much would a few $1,000s have helped you during the recent public health crisis?
A whole lot.
Right. If you'd had $9,000 in the bank, that would have helped greatly. The other thing is, biblically speaking, you store up in times of plenty so you're ready for times of famine.
Yeah.
You just don't go spend it all. The Bible also tells us there's a season for everything under heaven, so there will be times of plenty and there will be times of famine. A prudent steward prepares for that. What else could you do with the profit-sharing money? You could buy a house.
Yes, you can.
With these no down payment assistance programs and things out here can go a long way to putting you on the journey to home ownership. You can spend it on cost-saving measures, right? Like buying LED lights and things like that. Things are going to save you money in the long term. Maybe insulating your house or upgrading the energy systems.
Yeah.
You can pay off debt with it. But the thing about paying off debt is once you do it, don't get back into debt.
Please.
I can't tell you how many people I've worked with. Their goal was to be debt-free. They achieved that goal, and then a few months or a few years later, they were back in debt. So if you pay it off, stay out of debt. Now, final things here. You're trying to decide whether you're going to pay off debt or whether you're going to save the money. Here's some decision points you need to consider. Number one, what is your liquidity position? If you don't have money in the bank, then don't start paying off debt. Build your cushion first.
Right.
Secondly, compare the interest rate you'll get on your savings versus the interest rate on your debt. If the savings account is paying you 3%, but the credit card is charging you 18%, then assuming your liquidity position is adequate, then maybe paying the debt off would be the right decision.
Right.
But when you look at student loans and things like that, those interest rates are fairly low.
Yes.
So you might not want to pay those off as opposed to saving. Credit cards, you almost definitely want to pay off, and car loans can go either way depending on the interest rate. But that, in summary, is what you can do with that profit-sharing check. Number one, make a plan to spend it, which means part of that is to save it. Build an emergency fund. Those are the two most important things you can do with that money. But do what you want. It's your money.
You worked hard for it, but just don't spend it all at once.
Well, the thing is about money is we live with a lot of regret, right? We spend it, and then it's gone, and another opportunity comes along, and we're not able to take advantage of it. So be wise, be prudent with the money.
Absolutely. And opportunity is the key word. You can find more about Mansa Musa at moneysmartlife.org. And for the archives, go to takecontroltuesday.com. Mansa, thank you.
Thank you.